Hey everybody, welcome to the next piece of the first part of the Lion Brand Summer 2025 Mystery Make-Along Coastal Drift Knit Wrap Pattern. And that name is going to, it's way too long. My fault. I totally did that to myself. Anyway, so this is a continuation of what we were working on in the last video, which is the half twisted 1x1 rib. All right, now my swatch from the last video, I realized after I cast on and was working on it that I didn't actually take into consideration the number of stitches that I need for this. So the knotted open work is a multiple of 3, and each edge, you can see here, each edge of your shawl continues this 1x1 rib. It's on both sides. You can't see this side. There we go. All right. So in the shawl, I take that into consideration. In the swatch, I did not. So when I go across this next row, I'm just gonna kind of fudge it and knit 2 together. We're just gonna work with that. Anyway, so like I said, it is a multiple of 3. So I'm gonna pretend like it is the shawl, and we're gonna keep this in the 1x1 ripping on either side. So you're gonna do this, knit, purl, knit, purl. Now I do not twist these stitches anymore. We're giving that up. You can keep going if you want. Like I said, I am all about personalizing patterns however you want, whatever works. Anything flies. It's your shawl. Do what you want. So we've got knit, purl, knit, purl. Just like diving right into this here. Okay, so this is your row 1, and this is a 4-row repeat, by the way. Very straightforward here. You should memorize this, no problem. Especially since every other row is a resting row, so you get a break. All right, in the pattern you would slip your stitch marker. Now here's where I'm going to adjust for my stitch count. So in the pattern, in the actual shawl, you're going to knit 2 stitches. Now like I said, since my swatch, I didn't take into consideration the actual multiple that you needed for this. I'm going to pretend that I'm knitting 2 stitches, and we're going to pretend that's 1 stitch. There we go, 1, 2. All right, so you've knit your first 2 stitches. Now here is where the repeat starts for the row. Yarn over, knit 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to take your left needle tip, and you're going to take that first stitch that you knit of the group of 3, I apparently can't do this the way I'm holding the yarn for the video. You're going to put your needle tip through that first stitch and pull it on over those other 2 bad boys there. There you go. So you've got that nice little line here. Now again, yarn over, 1, 2, 3. Put your needle tip through that first one and pull it over 2. Okay, I'm gonna get this out of the way so it's not distracting in the background. There you go. Go away, shawl. Okay. Yarn over, 1, 2, 3, needle goes in, and the stitch goes over. And again, yarn over, and one. Make sure that first stitch is not too tight, or you will not be able to get it over the other two. 2, 3, tip goes in, and a too tight stitch, well, try saying that, will not go over. And how many stitches do I have left? Okay, yarn goes over, 1, 2, 3, needle in, over. Okay, then you're gonna have 5 stitches left on your row. You're gonna knit 1, then slip your marker if you're using them, and then you would have the last 4 stitches in your ribbing to create your edge of your shawl. All right, now your next row, like I said, is going to be a resting row, which means you are just going to, other than your rib stitches on the end, which, like I said, are your edge stitches. This helps keep your shawl from curling in. So you've got your first 4 there. Now, if you're using markers, that's where you would slip. Now, these rest of these stitches here that you just did are all purled. Even the yarn over, you're gonna purl right into that yarn over. Just go all the way across the row. I need more yarn here. This is my new favorite yarn. I'm making everything, all of the things in this yarn. I have like baskets of it. If it's out of stock, it's because I got it all. Okay, here we go. Purl all the way across. All the way, all the way. I want to make something out of that maple color. I haven't figured out what yet. Something for fall. Maybe another shawl. Okay, anyway. I'm sitting here talking to myself, I'm talking to you, and over. All right, so here you go. That's where I adjusted the stitch count for the swatch. Here you go. There's the first 2 rows. Done. You see that there? All right, so now the next right side row, row 3, it's going to be staggered. So you see these dashes here from where you lifted the stitch over. Now they're going to line up over that yarn over the over. So you're going to have like zigzags kind of. So now you're going to once again do your knit, purl, to set up your 1x1 ribbing. All right, and then we'll pretend to slip our marker. Okay, so now you've got a knit 1. Okay, now your row repeat starts here with a knit 3. Don't get confused. The first right side row, row 1, your first right side row, the row repeat started with a yarn over. Row 3, which is where we are now, the row repeat starts with a knit 3 and then the yarn over. Very important. Very, very important. The first right side row, the yarn over comes first. The second right side row, the yarn over comes second. Keep that in your head. Excuse me as I adjust because my feet fell asleep. not sitting in a good position here. Okay, so we have now knit 3. 1, 2, 3. Still going to do the same thing. Take that first stitch over. There you go. And then you have your yarn over. Okay? So you're just kind of flipping it. Now you do it again. And still keep that first one loose, or you'll be struggling. Over, then yarn over. 1, 2, 3. Over the group, then yarn over. 1, 2, 3. Over the group, and then yarn over. 1, 2, 3. And then yarn over. All right, and now we end with a knit 2. And then here we are at our edge ribbing. And once again, we get to kick back and relax. And just let it all go and purl on the way back. I have to say, I actually like purling. When I first learned how to knit, everybody was like, oh, purling. It's like, I thought it was going to be this evil thing that I didn't want to do, because all these beginner projects are all in garter stitch, and it's just knit, 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 knit. But I don't know, maybe it's the way I hold the yarn, because I'm self-taught and I just came up with holding it that way myself. And I've been told I hold it weird. You can let me know if I do. But I actually find purling more relaxing than knitting sometimes. All right, so now we have 2 rows, and you can see, let's see, I'll put it on the ground so you can see this better. You can see here, they're staggered from each other. See the yarn overs? This is gonna block out really nice. So, and do not be afraid to stretch this shawl out when you block it. You're gonna wanna open these stitches. That's why we're knitting loosely. So now again, your next row, if you counted properly and put the yarn over in the right spot, you're gonna have this dash now is gonna be lined up over this yarn over. So remember, row 1, yarn overs first. The second right side row, the yarn over is second. So now we're going back into, so that's one repeat, one full repeat of the stitch pattern. So that was rows 1 through 4. So now I'm gonna do it again. Well, I'm gonna do row 1 again. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing because we don't need to watch me do all that again. So just to set this back up so you can see how it falls. Now to set up row 1, we have the 2 knit stitches. Okay, now here's your pattern repeat for row 1. Pattern row repeat. Starts yarn over. Now here's Here's that yarn over from the row before. That's where your dash is gonna fall. You got 1, 2, 3. Keeping it loose. Keeping it loose, no anxiety. Don't let it come out in your knitting. Yeah, there you go. Dash, yarn over, dash. And here we go. Yarn over. 1, 2, 3. This is definitely not a good stitch to do if you're stressed out. If you have stress in your knitting in this stitch, you are going to have very achy hands. It's gonna hurt because that stitch pulling over those 2 stitches, if it's too tight, it's gonna be a struggle. There we go. One more. And ta-da! Well, it looks weird ending with the right side row, but I think you got the point here. So there we go. And that is officially part 1. You've got the ribbing, however you decide to work it, it's gonna be beautiful. If you're happy, I'm happy. Seriously, if you're happy, I am happy. And I love seeing everybody's projects. So please, 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 hashtag, I am gonna be looking for these. And yeah, that's it. I have nothing else to say. I'm gonna stop. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.